This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. Frank, we've called golf all around the world, but never at a golf course quite like this.
Rich, we've picked a perfect day. It's usually here about 64 people running around, battling it out for domination.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That is a green in regulation as the approach shot hits the first green, but he is by no means in for par yet. A lengthy putt coming up. That was not a very good read right there. Getting set now over the putt. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
This to surrender, only one shot. Just a shade over par, +1. Frank, as we look at the second, your average hole with, say, a few bunkers, maybe even a pond, that would be a walk in the park compared to what I'm seeing right here.
Yeah, early surveillance said that guard shack just to the right of the green is actually not empty. So be a little aware of that when you cross the bridge. Green just 167 yards away, though, from the tee.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I'd say a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close. Whoops. Alert, alert, alert.
Frank, I've heard of a strong wind coming from out of the south-southeast, but this is something I've never seen.
Nearly destroyed this par 3.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Spieth settles in over his birdie putt.
Oh, I thought that at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
2-1 over par early on in this round. Frank, here at the fourth, there's an awful lot going on.
There certainly is. Solar panels, radar tower is up and ready to go, so it will confirm the landing on the other side if it's successful. This rather long par 3 around the 230-yard mark, so this is going to be all carry. Got to land that ball on the green. It will not run through that beach area. And of course the trees and the palm trees all the way around. If this isn't flighted properly, it will not find the destination.
Seems like too much for just one man. This looks like a job for an entire flight crew, Frank.
Well, Rich, we should dig ourselves a trench and see what happens.
So begins the climb back. Frank, you and I have called golf from around the world. Places like, well, the hot air balloon in the Grand Canyon comes to mind. This has been a rather unusual spot as well.
It is. I thought we'd be safe up here in the observation tower, Rich, but I don't know, with that boat coming in, or should I say the destroyer, I don't exactly feel safe right now. But we'll batten down the hatches as we watch the tee shot at the 5th.
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. No way! He holed it, Frank.
Great pitch up.
Now up to the 6th tee. We're back against that destroyer. Frank, you need to take it over that small island?
Yeah, once again, you're going to have to pick a very good target in the distance. Now, we know the shared greens at St. Andrews. Well, this is actually a shared green just cut by that little sand path that goes through the middle. This green is shared with the 8th, but still, this is a long par 3, and for some people out there, it'll be a case of ready, aim, and driver.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
And getting ready for the putt. 1 under for the round. Frank, I don't know if it's legal, but a player might want to get a detailed map from high overhead, maybe from a bomber squadron flying by, just to get an idea of what they're navigating on this hole.
Well, if you can't call one in, you can always go up one of those lookout towers and maybe get a good surveillance of the hole, or even the wind direction. It's not overly long, just under 160 yards. Green sets up nicely, though, directly aiming at the player at the tee.
Well, Frank, this is where a golf club may not be good enough. You might need a shovel here.
Oh, this is going to take some sort of digging.
Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher.
Oh, without a doubt. That will be on the highlight reel later tonight. Excellent shot. Partner, look at that. Left here at the 8th hole. You and I could shoot a little hoop. You want to play a little donkey?
Yeah, it's very observant of you, Rich. Also, the barracks just up ahead that protect the left side of this green. So there's a lot of visual intimidation on this par 3. Follow the sandy trail, and there's green at the end. Rich, there's nothing worse than this. This might look all right, but in the mulch, this is a disastrous situation.
So this is not mulch ado about nothing?
Ah, I get it.
Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Frank, it's been a real battle out here so far on the front 9. Let's finish it off in style here.
There's a great view just slightly right of the 9th green. Look out. Now, that's full of people. You might get the appropriate applause, maybe even a standing ovation, at least a salute. 150 yards approximately to that flag, but you have to be precise. And let's see how precise you can be.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, he'll have to take a full swing at this putt for birdie.
This is long, but every now and again, one of these finds the bottom of the cup and makes that magic sound.
Spieth has this for par. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss, and a drop shot here at the 9th. So with that, the score is now at even par. Getting set for the back 9 here at Paracel Storm. We are in the South China Sea at a golf course unlike any other in the world. Rich Lerner for EA Sports alongside Frank Nobilo. What a day it's been so far, partner.
It certainly has, Rich. We can have a little liaison here with the short 10th. Not overly long, around the 150-yard mark. The flag position's always important here. When it's on the left, it's a long way away from the beach, probably the easier hole location. Put it on the right side, and that water comes very much into play.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Just like that, with a bogey, goes from level par to 1 over. Now at the 11th, and Frank, looking out over the expanse of this hole and really the entire golf course here at Paracel Storm, it's amazing because we're looking at a military playground, but at one time you have to remember this island was under siege.
Well, right now this is almost like an obstacle course from one of the shortest par 3s on this golf course. Seawall once again protecting the beach side of the hole. Plenty of green there to the right side. That's a nice fat part of the green. Really, it shouldn't be a problem.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's how you maintain momentum. You make those putts for par. Frank, this is a daunting tee shot, isn't it?
This has to be hit perfectly. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. In the water. Too bad. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Frank, this is one you don't practice, but sometimes you have to do it. Time for the drop.
Yeah, it should be the easiest shot in golf. You've just paid for it.
Solid play, heart of the green. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Just a couple of feet. So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Here we are now at the 13th, and Frank, this is a stout-looking hole.
Rich, it certainly is. No time to be superstitious on number 13. The trenches, they protect the back and the right of this green. Anything left of that, time to call in the Navy. Hazard?
Maybe wet. That ball is lost in the water. So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop. This now the third shot. He'll need to be strong with this. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, maybe next time. So they'll tap in. Time to regroup. That's a double bogey. Frank, this looks like a green where if things didn't go well, you might find yourself just walking around in a bit of a haze, maybe talking to an old volleyball that washed ashore.
It's almost like a booby trap, Rich. It looks way too easy after some of the other holes we've seen. I've got this sort of sneaking suspicion there's something out there. It just looks like a green, just perched up there with very little trouble around. That's got me thinking there might just be something out there.
Just wants to hit about an inch behind the ball. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Spieth now for bogey. Wow, I thought he made that. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. This golf course playing tough today. They're at 7 over. Now to the 15th hole. Danger in the center of the green here, Frank.
Yeah, chance to ambush the player, really. All those trees, you never know what's going to jump out of there. And what we've seen the 6th hole at Riviera with the bunker in the middle, you now have a crop of trees.
You cannot hide the flagstick from that man inside of 5 feet. This would be nice. A birdie on the card. See if he can make it. So a bright spot finally, and now at +6. 16th hole now, Frank, here at Paracel Storm. 153 yards, little breeze here. This might be time for a nice low tracer.
Yeah, if you're running out of gas, you can always use the solar panels just to recharge. Green perched out, boulders to the right, beach to the right, and the bridge. Well, you can always walk the plank later. Let's get this one safely on deck.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Looks like he just misread that. This is a 13-footer. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
17th hole now at Paracel Storm. And Frank, as we come toward the end of this round, you really want to salute the caddies as well as the players.
That's right. They've gone out there with meal packs today and canteens to make sure that there's the right amount of sustenance. But if you're looking for victory, then a strong finish is needed. Good chance for a birdie here at 17. You've got to traverse, obviously, the water there, and without the help of the Navy today, this is going to have to come in nice and high and soft, a little bit like a paratrooper coming in down there to avoid all those trees and palm trees that protect the front and the right side of this par 3.
Wow, he needed that, Frank, in the worst way.
Interesting to see what's ahead from now, whether that was just a flash in the pan or the start of something good.
Now the finishing hole, Frank, and just a spectacular looking hole.
Yeah, chance to complete our mission should we succeed here at 18. If anything, you want to keep the ball a little left of the flag. Otherwise, we're off the beach.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players. The ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. And getting ready for the putt. Good effort and a good par putt. Frank, not the best round we have seen. Bit of a struggle today.
We didn't really see a lot of great shots out there, Rich, to be honest. But I guess the most interesting thing is, can they turn it around?